Hi, hello, and today I am talking about photoshoots with adult models. Photoshoots with adult models, and that is a very top popular between adults because very often adults would like to experiment with their fantasies. And when it comes to photoshoot with adult models, this is topic number one for the fantasies because adult would like someone else to join them on set. Okay, to join them on set, and just in general it is much cooler, much more interesting, and adults become braver. I'm talking about men. Okay, men hire adult models to shoot boudoir photography, nude photography, different video scenarios, right, for fun, for experience, for adventure. Okay, and without adult models I am not able to create their fantasy. Okay, so what I will be talking about is how to book an adult model. Okay, then I will be talking about pricing of an adult model here in London. It's very similar with US probably. Then I will be talking about service that adult models will provide. Okay, then I will be talking about process of shooting with models, different kind of fantasies, right? And then we will discuss editing and discuss packages. Okay, what the options. So shooting with adult models, very popular to hire a male model or a female model for their photo shoot, for individuals and for couples. Okay, when I say for individuals and for couples, individuals create one type of photo shoot, couples create a different type of photo shoot, right? If we discuss now individuals, men or women, right? They will hire men model or female model depending on their intimate fantasies and in their sexuality. Okay, so if the guy is interested in men, he would book a man, okay, model. If the lady is interested in men, she would book a man, right? But if the lady is interested in a female, she would book a female model. If the guy is interested in a female, he will book a female model. If the guy is interested to try with two models, okay, then usually they would hire two women, right? The guy. Okay, so today I am talking about models. In adult business, this is the only probably place where women models have better pricing options. Okay, they priced better. At my studio, 100%. Okay, because you see, what is the difference between men and female models? Men are very generous in service, and they literally, how to say, if they have a very beautiful client, some models would say, "Oh, I will do it even for free." Okay, so men are interested in adult adventures. Okay, and I never shoot anything for free at my studio. I pay my models very well. Okay, but females models, they priced much higher than men. Okay, I work with top models, top escort models, because very often guys who would book adult photo shoot, okay, they would want some intimate situations created during the photo shoot. Okay, and that's what I do. I help my clients to find the specific model they have a fantasy about. Okay, now when we're talking about booking a model, it is a quite complicated process. Okay, the often situation I have is this, that the guy is thinking that I am adult escort service agency. Okay, what the agencies do, they actually have a list, a big archive of the models that you can go on the website and you can choose different models, different gals, different pricing. They choose that, right? This is not an agency for adult models. I don't do this. Okay, I tailor and I choose specific models on the specific day that this is requested to shoot, right? Not every model is available all the time. Okay, and then of course I help them depending on the service that they want to shoot, right? So today's topic is about adult photography with adult models, and very often lonely men, single men would like to have an experience of being with the date, being in a couple's situation, because they had not had this experience for a long time. The loneliness, you see, the loneliness is creeping in, and at the beginning is fun, and then the loneliness will not let you go. Okay, it will be how to say, you will be stuck in this cycle of being by yourself, and it's so cool to be by yourself. Yeah. Okay, but then you need a therapy, okay, to actually break out of the cycle. And I believe that photo shoot with the model, female model, will help you to feel, will help you to create that illusion or that vision that you have in your head, that you are with someone, that someone wants you, that someone will fancy you, that someone likes you, that someone is very happy to be around you. And then when you be with that model dancing, she maybe do a lap dance for you, right? Or you just cuddle, starting with, right? Then there will be maybe some kissing, maybe some gentle, movements and stuff. This is what you will have as you would have your partner with you, okay, as you would have your girlfriend with you. And this short training for your brain and for your body will give you impulses how great it is to have someone in your arms, how great it is to kiss someone, to share your experiences, feelings with, right? So that's what I do. I help people to realize and to have that proof how much they change. You see, it's not that only I will create this photo shoot so that they will have their kinky fantasy delivered, or in general certain vision scenario that they would want to have. No, it will be also a proof how much you change inside. Because what happens is that they start acting like this is their girlfriend. They start looking after this lady. They start asking, what do you like? What do you fancy? Maybe let's shoot this way. Or maybe let's try something else. And the communication starts on set, you know? And I am delivering the artwork for that mature brain to realize and understand, okay, that we're supposed to be in pairs, right? We're supposed to find someone and have someone next to us. But when you are single for a really long time and lonely for a really long time, especially, you see, for young people, maybe it's not a problem. But I'm talking about mature people, mature people who has a great fantasy of the hot and sexy lady next to them, and then, the really long time they cannot find it. Okay, they cannot find this. They have very maybe high expectations. So then when they hire a model, okay, this is what they want. Okay, but in the reality, it's an illusion that they want. In the reality, they want closeness, they want connection, they want to change, because with the female energy, you change, right? You change, you connect with someone, at least on a superficial level. And then Julia takes a proof of that, okay? That you are worthy, that you deserve to be with someone. Look how much you're enjoying when you have a lady on your lap sitting, laughing, and chatting with you, right? So I would say that a photo shoot with the model, it's a therapy for adults, okay? And when I speak about individuals, right, they want to experiment with someone is one thing. I speak in the same manner about the couples, okay? Because couples very often lose their spark. They don't have stimulation. There are certain adults, individuals who are wired to have new things, okay? They are born this way to try new things, okay? To experiment. And so they go around trying, locations, trying poses, trying outfits, trying different. Then they want to try a different person, you know? So that's where it is therapeutic. Because when they try that person, okay, the desire will be fulfilled, okay? The passion will be raised. When couple is booking a model, depending on what is the preference and the fantasy, They booking male model, female model. Sometimes they can book 2 models, right? 2 female models, 2 men, 3 men, whatever is the fantasy there, right? But it's to recreate something, to remember how wild you was, maybe tap into that memory, how free you was, how you was independent, and then you having someone, right? Then you have that fantasy because there is out there for us. Okay, it's how to say, it's popular threesome, Cuckhold fantasy, are very popular topics in adult on adult websites to see, and it just, how to say, it just stimulates you in a way that people want to try, people want to experiment. Okay, and so that's what I do. I help them to find that model that they could create, that fantasy, and then they would satisfy that need, satisfy that urge for something new, right? And then we'll come back to their familiar, cozy, and loved one person who they are with. You know, I am not saying that it will stop infidelity. I'm not saying that, because not everyone would go for that photo shoot. Not everyone is brave enough, okay, to create a threesome photo shoot or Cuckhold fantasy photo shoot on the camera. But there are people who are, how to say, who are looking for new experiences, you know, and that's what I can offer, right? Photo shoot with models, and booking process is straightforward now at my studio. But before, I spent too much time and wasted too much time. I will tell you where. So there are guys who think that I am an agency and that they would ask about photo shoot with the models, and then they would want me to deliver, you know, show me all the models, show me everyone. Okay. And I do not have, you know, the website separately that is available for them to look. I have examples of the models, okay? And of course, I am hiring models, and I'm arranging this individually, depending on who they are, depending on what is their fantasy, depending on their budget, and depending on what kind of a service they want, okay? Because there are no models who would deliver all kind of a service, right? So I need to help them to meet each other and choose the right one, okay? The problem is this: when I try to deliver, right, they they waste my time. They want to very often lonely men, single men want to meet the girl of their dream, okay? The problem is they do not have a budget for that dream. Okay, so you know, I'm walking, chasing around certain models they cannot even afford, okay, to start with, right? And I'm just realizing that, you know, when I do not have a deposit, okay, and when I'm getting in touch with the models about the photo shoot, models is a specific type of people, business people in adult business. They want a booking confirmed, especially girls, you know, they want a deposit in advance, you see. So I am collecting payments in advance before I even talk to any kind of model, right? So booking is this way. uh, Adults contact me about photo shoots with the models, okay? I can confirm that I'm able to arrange this type of shoot, and I'm collecting the deposit. If I am not able for some reason to find that model, I will refund it. If the person is canceling all that search of the model, okay, and usually it takes between 1 to 3 days to find the model, sometimes longer. Once the couple book a model, they arrived to the studio, and the wife said, I want you to find the same like my husband, but younger. You know? Same looking, same energy, same this. Okay. So I've been searching for 2 weeks, okay, for that model. So looking at for a model, talking to the models takes time. Okay. And men clients, they get used to escort service. Okay, they get used to escort service, that the escort agent will go around and how to say, and just show them and show them and show them girls. Then I realized that they're looking for a girl of their dream, okay, for the girl of their dream. And if they cannot find it, this is not my job, to find that dream, right? And always you can find your dream when you have a sufficient budget, you see? Because there are top models who are, looking like a dream girl, right? So that's what they see. And situation is this: they have they have money for ride a bicycle, but they want to ride a Ferrari. Okay, that's the situation. And I work with female models who are on the top end. Okay, so this is like 1,000, 2,000 for 1 hour shoot. Okay, to go with you on camera and on film to create certain fantasies. Okay, adult fantasies. And that is on the top of the fee that you pay for the studio for 2 people, right? So booking, and this is a mistake always, if you're booking 2 people in the restaurant, right? You and your girlfriend make a booking for 2 people, right? You pay for 2 people, right? Yes or no? When the people, adults, individuals, right? Individuals booking a photo shoot with the models, they want to just pay for themselves. Okay? And that's the shoot for 2 people, right? 2 people. If they will be by themselves, solo, it's a totally different shoot. Adults ask me, men, right? What is the difference to shoot solo and to shoot with model? For me personally, I think it's obvious. What is the difference? You will be by yourself, the pressure will be on you, the camera will be and lights on you, and you will be figuring out what to do, okay? And you will be feeling nervous, awkward, okay, and stiff during the photo shoot. But the dimension change straight away when the hot and sexy models come in to meet you. Okay, the men stop being scared, men stop being nervous, men stop being stiff, right? They even forget that they're in a photo shoot. They are so much occupied with this hot and sexy model that I have, a good shoot, a proper shoot. The guy is relaxed, the model is taking care of you. That is the difference. Okay, when they think that they would shoot photography with me, I will take care of them. Seriously. They would imagine that adult photographer who does boudoir photography, nude photography, would provide them an adult service. Okay, and when they ask this, right, I say I cannot see this in a photographer's job description. I cannot see this, you know. So that's the thing. It was so many times asked, that I have created a service with hot and sexy models because men are scared to shoot by themselves. Okay, they need someone to calm them down, to remove that stress, and the photo shoot progress in a totally different way. Of course, you can have a girlfriend experience. There are tantric models who will do body-to-body massage to you during the photo shoot. There are, escort ladies who will provide different level of the service, kissing, blow service, straight, intimacy service, right? A-level service, different service, right? Different service. Men have to be honest when they're booking a model, They're being dishonest. They're so dishonest. Oh my gosh, I can tell you. So they are not saying what they want completely, and they think that the lady then will provide it for them, For example, A-level service. Okay, A-level service, not every girl will do. And then during the shoot, they were like, oh, can we just have that? One thing we can have that, and maybe model will agree for an extra price. But you see, I am shooting and I am watching everything. The men would not think that this is an extra service. This is a premium service from the studio. They think I am okay to watch and provide, they would do anything in the studio. Photoshoot with models is a premium service. Okay, premium service. And I am watching this. I am filming this or taking a picture of this and then editing later for a premium price. Okay, there are models, men models, men photographers who would create you an adult shoot maybe for a bottle of beer, because they enjoy intimacy. Go and find them. Okay, it is not it's not the way it works in my studio. If you have a lot of interest in adult services, every service have its own price. You see, the more extra you add, the same like you hiring an escort. You want kissing, this is one price. You want straight girlfriend service, another price. You want A level, it's another price. You want water sport, is another price. Okay, you want a hard sport, is another price. Seriously. What men think that they would book a photo shoot and everything will become available with me or with the model. Okay? There are men who would book a photo shoot and they are coming too quickly. They are not informing us that this is the situation. And then, like kids, they're trying to hide that they came, they finished, okay, and then they want another time, another go, okay. So there are different situations in adult business with the models. Okay, and this is my job to make sure that the girl is paid properly, okay, properly for everything what she provides. Plus she will create this special event and this special service on camera or on film for you, that you will go back again and again, go back, show your friends, whatever. So that is a special price, right? That is a special price. But men photographers would do it for a different price. I don't care. Okay, go and work with them. I don't care really. There was this guy who was just saying, "Oh, this is very pricey at your end. I found another photographer and he arranged the model for me." And I was just I said, "Okay, great." And I said, "Get back to me, tell me how it was." It was a quiet. Okay, quiet. He didn't mention anything. And then later he came back to shoot and he said that the photographer offered his wife as a model. Okay, and then the shoot didn't go well. So that's the thing. Photo shoots with the models. Booking is a straightforward process now. When you're booking a model, are asking the ID. This is the first verification. Okay, if the guys are not showing their ID, they're not serious. Okay, seriously, they want to hire a model. Okay, and the models are pricey here in London. Then they want to hire a studio, okay, facilities. Then they want to hire a photographer, okay, for the certain, and this is all adult related, okay. They must show the ID to verify, right? And the second step is to pay deposit in advance, okay, to pay deposit in advance. So many guys I have, seriously, they want to be serviced. They would talk about their fantasies. They would write me, occupy me for a half of the day with their plans for a shoot. I don't care anymore, okay? I am just too tired to listen for free, for free. And then they don't have money. Seriously, they just want to lash out and just want to give someone, share with someone their fantasy, okay? So that's why I require deposit in front, okay, in front. I can show the models how they look, but that's it. There is no discussion, there is no details discussed before they will send the deposit. That's a very strict situation here in adult business, okay? So models booking is happening through me. Okay, I am that person who can listen to what is your requirements are, and then I can suggest a certain model who will agree to arrive on that time to studio and provide you with that service. When I guarantee that, it means that the model will be hot and good looking, rested, okay, dressed nice, well, smell, everything, the figure, the top model, right? And like I said, turn up for a shoot, guaranteed. It happened to me many times when they would decide to save and hire their model by themselves. Okay, arrive to the studio and the model will not show up. This happens. Okay, this happens. Okay, this happens, and nothing I can comment about some other models why they are not turning up. Okay, so booking is happening straightforward. Deposit first, and then I will start working towards looking for your model, not the way around. Looking for the model takes up to 3 days. Okay, and that is why I need to have a deposit. If you decide to cancel, the booking will not be refundable. The deposit will be kept and sent to the model who was cancelled because it's fair, right? And then I will keep the other part. You know why I'm doing this? Because if I will cancel constantly and I will not give a deposit fee, the models will not work with me. There are too many wankers out there. Okay, so serious people pay a deposit straight away. Okay, that's how it goes here at my studio. Booking is very simple. I just send my bank details, right? Julia Winter Studio Limited, and you will just transfer the money and I will arrange everything. Then I will be just sending models options and what I discuss with every model and what they want for that shoot. Okay, I will be talking about the pricing on your behalf as well. Okay, because models are priced by the age, by the look, by the experience, and by the service, right? It's possible with men to change the service and update it, upgrade it. It's possible with woman models to change the service and upgrade it, but that's quite a limited situation. You know, if you're hiring a model who is sensual model, and then it happened to me, and then in the middle of the shoot, he wanted a dominatrix service. I said to this model, and she was like, "What?" No, because not everyone is providing this. Okay, you must understand in front what you want, you know. But there are models who can flip from sensual to a fetish dominatrix situation, right? So that is the booking. Booking is straightforward via WhatsApp, and it is faster communication with me. Inquiry can be placed on my website, right? In terms of the pricing, I have already mentioned that men are cheaper. Men are cheaper and men are more agreeable. Okay, men are more agreeable. If you say, for example, oh, this lady wants this and this, or this couple wants this and this, men are more agreeable, men are more adventurous, okay, on that regard. When it comes to shooting adult fantasies, right, they will be flexible. Women will charge you for everything, and I don't blame them. I want my woman be, you know, happy. Okay, models are paid on the same day before the photo shoot takes place. Okay, it happened to me, and I come from the experience that they would shoot, and then even you have a business or whatever, for some reason the transaction can be, you know, stopped or something. I have to have cash in hand or a transfer for that model to work before he will start working. Okay, that's an absolute rule when you work and do business with an escort. Okay, they take money in advance. You know, that's just how it works from the olden days, and nothing changed now. Okay, so usually it's this. I don't know how big of the package, and I don't know how big of the appetite people will have during the shoot. So I collect the deposit. Okay, when it's a premium session, I collect a deposit and a half of the fee. Okay, because premium session, it means include a lot of extra services. You see, so that's what I take, and then they pay a full-on fee on the day of the photo shoot for the model, right? And then after the shoot, I know because sometimes they book 1 hour, 2 hours, and they want to stay half a day or a day, you know, and they don't know that they are not saying this. Okay, sometimes it happens with adults, mostly with men, when they how to say, tell you that they want a smaller service than they actually want. Okay, like, oh, I want just something very simple and this, and then you would see that during the photo shoot, people, the guys want much more that simple that they want. Okay, so I am there always to check, always to check. Right. Pricing with men and females, like I say, is different. Females are paid much more than guys. Okay. And females are less flexible on the pricing, okay, than men. There are a lot of girls who would want to book for adult services, their work portfolio, men models, okay? And they are asking me to arrange a cheaper price and push that thing. I can do it with guys. I know sometimes I do it, right? But I never do it with the girls, okay? I just think this service is so unique and so special that I don't go to models, and this is not a market where I want to negotiate. Oh, you can get a bargain. No, this is not a place, not with me, not at my studio. Okay, if the lady is worth this money and I know, okay, I would not offer any discounts, and the ladies usually don't. Okay, so that is something for you to know, right? When you're booking a model, there has to be a date specified. Okay, the guys think that they would look at the models and everyone is available at the date. That's not true. Okay, there are specific people who are free at that date. Okay, and if they would not get a deposit from you, they would not be free. They will book somewhere else. Okay, and very often happened to me as well when they book a shoot and they get a deposit and then they get a better client. Okay, why they would shoot for 2,000 if the same day she can get 5 grand? And I understand this, they would cancel it. But then my job is to find a replacement, someone similar. Okay, so that's why I am booking models somewhere like 2 weeks before the shoot. Okay, I am making an agreement, an arrangement before with the models. Okay, but most of the time I'm doing this 2 weeks before the shoot. Okay, so they most likely know their prices. Adults, they do plan in advance. Okay, Threesome Cuckhold fantasy shoot, they can shoot in 3 months, in 6 months, in a year's time. Okay, that's how they are planning their life, right? But this is very unlikely that they would book this model now, and then after a year's time on that day, this model will be available. Seriously? Think again. Okay, very much unlikely, right? So pricing is being discussed. Talking about services. Oh my gosh, I'm half an hour in here. Let me just quickly change it. I will say hello now and I will read out your messages. Thank you so much for being here. Roses and everything I see. I see that. I see that. Let me just go quickly. A photographer. Yes, I'm a photographer with 20 years experience in adult business. Okay, in adult business. Hi, hello, everyone. Hello, lady. Why? I'm sorry to interrupt, but you have to be the most beautiful I ever seen. Thank you. Thank you. Are you a model? Am I a model? What I can tell you, I never been a model. I never been a model. I just have maybe a certain look that a guy would think. Very often they confuse me. Okay, they confuse me. And I had so through the years I had so many offers to become an adult model. Okay, just have a adult shoot with them, that I have created this service, photo shoot with hot and sexy models. Okay, that's what you made me do. Okay, that's what you made me do because I've realized it's much easier for you. It's just a different dimension, different energy, different vibration. The intimate photography is just on another level. Why would I shoot a scared, how to say, nervous guy who is not sure if he's going to have an erection or not, what will happen to him, it will happen to him or not, constantly doubting or confused and so on. When we have a hot and sexy model, there is no doubt, okay, because model's job model's job to stimulate the guy to the point. Okay, so I am not the model. I am not the model, and I will never be. Okay, just because the model has a totally different psychology type. Okay, sexual type, right? We have, when we are growing up, we're going into intimate beings, right? Our job is before was a reproduction. That's why one of our instincts. Okay, so we growing up from the child's energy into a intimate sexual energy, and everyone has it, right? And so these people who are in adult business or in escort business, the girls specifically, they had a certain specific upbringing. They had a certain personality. They are very touchy to their skin. Okay, they are sensitive to their skin, and if they've been beaten, okay, they when they grow up, they make a transaction, okay, selling their body for money. Okay, these are only this type is able to do that, okay, physically and mentally, and they are actually good at it. Okay, that's why I work with specific adult models who are very good at their job. Okay, and they're proud of it. And they know that being a lawyers, they would never make such money like they do in adult business. Okay, so I respect that, and I work with them, and they deliver a very good energy. Okay, I work only with those people, right? I hope you answered this model. I hope I answered this question about the model. It's just something inside me that it's just not me. It doesn't allow me to do that, right? Being married 30 years and still in love. Congratulations. You know why I started doing adult photography? To meet people like you, to see people like you, to be in their energy, in their vibration, to see what is connecting them, to just feel that, because I grew up with a lack of examples. Okay, everyone was fighting, separating, and disrespecting each other. Okay, so that's how I grew up. But when I started doing couples photography, intimate photography, make love scenarios, love stories, and of course it includes penetration shoots and different kind of fantasies. I know they're hiring model, but they will stay together. It's just another adventure for them. It's just another journey to see how they feel, how they react. They recharge, they become stronger. Okay, it's just amazing. They allow themselves, okay, they allow themselves, and I've seen this. And 30 years, it's a great number, it's amazing number, okay. And I've just seen those people. That's why I'm not surprised. I just seen those people. Where I was surprised and what I learned from you, people who are long time in marriage, okay, I learned one thing. You act and you look on the camera like you just met. Okay. And even I have a mature generation coming into my studio. I mean, in their 60s. The moment when they start touching each other, the moment when they start this connection, make love, kissing and stuff, their faces change and they look like teenagers. I'm lying, teenagers, but I can tell you, they look like 20 years younger. What the sexual, real connection does to people. That is how you stay actually younger, with that energy inside you vibrating. That's why I am talking about this, to understand how it is this important, right? This is important to have that person that you vibrate with, because it changes you. And different person affect you in a different way, and you vibrate in a different way. With one you can be a loser, and with the other person you can be a lion. That's the thing. So thank you so much for sharing, and of course lots of love to you and your vibe. This is great. This is great. That's what I want. Okay, I want people to know and understand that this is the goal, how to achieve it. Okay, how is important this connection, because if you lose intimacy, you drift apart. Intimacy, that's what, it's a code that you decoding yourself. That's how you're connecting. Okay, it's a code that makes you know each other very well. Okay, it's a code, it's a language. It's a language. It makes you trust each other. It makes you rely on each other. It makes you just know about each other so much. It's a communication that is necessary to have an intimate level. Not communication about the mortgage, about food, or about some things. Intimate communication is necessary for your soul. Everyone can live without intimacy. Everyone can live without intimacy. But sexual energy, it feeds your emotional and psychological state. You are, how to say, you sane. You are just put in a normal state, okay, when you are affected by the outside different kind of situations. You come back to your partner and you become grounded again. You go back to that state, which is peace, which is how to say, is quiet inside, it's happy inside, right? We all came to this planet to become happy, you know. So I'm very happy for you that you find that person. Oh my gosh, that's why I need to make this live, to meet you, to meet more people like you. Okay, next messages is this. So lovely, so lovely. Please help me. Kaylan Gannon, 15 likes. No sure what that is. Pretty eyes, pretty lips, beautiful woman. Hey, how are you? Feeling queen. I am on live and I am talking about adult models. And when I talk about my topic, okay, I'm feeling great all the time. This is what I want to do, you know. How to say, I don't want to clean, I don't want to wash dishes, I don't want, how to say, do anything else, right? I just want to be in my jam. Want a massage from you and the service. Okay, I just clearly explained, right? Someone did not hear that message, okay? But I can explain one more time. When you need or you want some kind of adult service from your photographer, the photographer does not have this in job description to provide any massage, okay? Do I make myself clear here? Sometimes when guys are asking for me directly, when they see me online or in general, they see my profile picture, okay, they start hitting on me. And then I would say to them that I would invite man photographer. Would he ask the same service from him? And he was like, no, no. So I have men photographers, you know, I have men photographers. That's what I would do to you. I would see how you would get a massage. Right, so another thing, right? There are models who can do a massage for you, okay, and that's where you would get that fantasy delivered. I don't speak Latino. What is this language? I'm sorry. English is best for me. How much your service costs? How much my service costs? That's a good question. Okay, services with the models. Services with the models starts from 1,640. Okay, just the basic shoot. And then on top of that, you pay a model's fee, right? Premium services cost from 3,000, okay, up to 15 grand, depending how long is the shoot, what kind of the service, is it the photography, is it the video we're shooting, right? You can shoot for 1 hour and it will be enough for you. Some people want to shoot half a day, okay, that's the longest service. On top of that service, don't forget you're paying your model as well. Okay, so that's how much it costs. But when I do a standard shoots with the models, I take 2 people deposit, couple. Okay, so you paying for a couple. I am shooting you and your model, you paying for 2 people. Okay, very often guys are confused. How is it? This is just me and I'm inviting the model, but I'm shooting 2 people. And without the model, you would not shoot, make love scenarios. It's as simple as that. And I would not be in that situation listening and watching that. and editing that, right? It will be just you solo. So when you're booking a model, one or two, you're paying or for 2 people or for 3 people. That's how it goes here in the studio. Okay, so 2 people standard session starts from 1,640. Standard session is enough to book through the deposit. 740, it's a couple's deposit. If they shoot a standard sessions, which there are a few packages available, they just pay a deposit. And then after they see and receive the artwork, right? Then they send the remaining balance. Okay. When there are premium shoots, extra services, the deposit is to secure the day before the shoot. You're sending 30% to the studio for the things that you want to do. Okay, so that it will happen for you, right? And then remaining balance. Plus you pay for the model. $50 Telegram call. $50 Telegram call. You know, I do calls when I do consultations. Okay, I do calls when I do consultations. When I do a consultation, I will be talking about photoshoot. Okay, pricing and packages, right? It's always work, work, work. It's always work, work, work. No, you think that I would be doing this for free. This is another thing, you know? There are a lot of men who think that this is so amazing that I would not take any money. You know, this is so amazing, you know, that I should be doing this for free. There are a lot of guys, okay? There are a lot of adults who think that this service should be free because they are undressing, you know? But there is a balance in universe, okay? If I'm not gonna charge you, the universe will fuck you over for this, okay? If you're not gonna pay for the service, this money will come back anyway out of your pocket. You know that, right? There is nothing free here, okay? Nothing free unless you are tapped into love energy, okay? Love energy with your partner. Then yeah, sunsets are free, okay, sunrises are free, and love. And even then, okay, woman is designed to protect herself and make sure that the guy is able to provide for her and her children. She will test you, and if you not matching her requirements, she would not be with you. Okay, that's how to say instincts work for a woman. Okay, she designed to carry babies, so that's what she think of. She think if you worthy or not, right? Do you smell your models for cleanness? There are tests. Okay, so models, usually adult models, do test every 3 months. Okay, I don't need to smell anything. They provide a document. Okay, they provide a document. And even in the olden days, 20 years ago, no one smelled. I don't know from where you come, from where you've been, and who do you smell. But even 20 years ago, no one was smelling. You know, we have medical institutions for adult businesses, right? For adult workers. And thus they would go, okay? And they go not because they're working, they go for them, for their own health and for their own safety, you see? So we don't need to smell them because they care about themselves, okay? They care about their health. You are so beautiful. Thank you. I want to book you. You want to book me? That's good. Where are you from? I'm in love with you. I am from Lithuania. I'm from Lithuania. I am discussing, yes, adult photography. Thank you. Okay, and that's all I see. Thank you so much for your comments. After I finish my chat about photo shoots with adult models, what kind of the photo shoots are popular, I'm going now into service and process. Okay, I'm going into service, adult model, service and process. So what is the services? Female with male, female with two males, okay, female with three males, right? Threesome, foursome. I don't do more than that in my studio. It's just the facilities enough for four people. I'm a fifth person, and if it's another makeup artist, it's gonna be six people already. So I don't do bigger stuff unless we have a specific request for this, right? The studio facilitate for four people maximum. Okay, now in terms of a men would like to shoot with one female model, with two female models is also popular, right? With three models, not so much. I think men are not that much confident in general, right? But men also book men. Also book men for sexy adventures, and I hire gay people, right? Straight guys would not shoot. Okay, straight guys, they know who they are. Okay, the same like gay, they know who they are, so they would not shoot. Let me just have a drink. Where is it? That drink. Okay, service situation. Service is very important because service is directly related to your price. Like I say, very often guys would think that they would book a model, book a studio, take the cheapest service, and then they can expand there and shoot all of the fantasy that they had, in their mind for their whole life. No, no. If there is a lot of extra services and you have not discussed this and you've been dishonest saying, oh, I just want a simple shoot, and then you want, humiliation, then you want certain things, this and that, this is extra services. Okay, if that's not agreed, you are not getting that. It's as simple as that. So be honest, okay? Be honest and do not imagine. There was recently this guy who was disabled. They even lie that they have a disability so that they can book a model, right? And imagine I am not informing my model that there will be a disabled guy, and working with disabled guy is totally different in the studio, right? It's not able to do everything. It's not able to walk properly, right? And then the model needs to know. So that's how the dishonest men are. They hide, and then they think they arrive and everything will happen with them. Okay? No. Like I say, there is always a balance, and there is a balance in the universe in terms of financial matters. If you think that you will pay this fee, that's exactly what you will get. You will not get a Ferrari if you pay for a bicycle. It's as simple as that. And especially in adult business, And so the biggest problem I have is that they have a huge fantasy and a very small budget. And they think that somehow they will get away with this, you know? During the session, the girl will just suddenly become very generous, and she will remove the condom and everything will happen with him. Mm-hmm. Yes. And especially they are dishonest with me, because when I am booking the model, I'm feeling awkward when there are some things that I did not know. Okay, I'm feeling awkward, right? So I'm giving and making this video saying this type of message, right, to men. That you must be very honest, otherwise your shoot can be terminated. Simple as that. Dishonest people, I don't like them, right? So stop squeezing yourself into a very small bottle. I just don't want anything, just little bit there, and then during the shoot it's just the big scenario. I want to shoot this and this pose and this pose and that and there and there, and I just want to do this. No, it's not gonna happen. Okay, especially when you hire premium models. Premium models, you cannot abuse them. Okay, cheaper ones. That's why I do not shoot the cheaper models, because it's a different energy. They've been already abused by their life and by their husbands. Premium models, they value themselves. Okay, they get paid right amount for who they are and what they present to themselves. So when you shoot with them, it's a totally different vibe. It's a totally different energy. You see, there is no victimized situation, you know, that she is doing it because she needs money and someone is abusing her at home maybe or something. I don't like this. I can sense this through the mile, you know. I can see on the guy as well. You see, I was many years ago, I was working in adult business. Okay, I was, you know, in administration. That's why I met a lot of models there, you know, and I know who works what, and I talked with thousand guys, you know, about their fantasies, helping them to choose the right escort, right? So I know a lot when it comes to booking a model and when it comes to guy booking a service. Okay, booking a service. So service requested very often is a standard service, or if it's more than a standard service, okay, then it's a premium service, an extra shoot. And I facilitate, I'm okay with that. If people are honest and they saying, okay, we want to try this and this and this, what model will assist us? What model will be working with us? And then I can find it, right? Normal, sensible conversation. Not just I will get someone and then I will push that model maybe to do a level, you know? No. This is not working in my studio. Okay, so there is no cheeky behavior there. I can tell you, right? So what will be requested, that would be shot. Okay, if there will be any other additional request, the client will be charged extra, you know, extra. There are guys who would think that they book a shoot and then they can do whatever they want. No, that's a big no. Okay, the olden days finished. Okay, you can't. The model will be paid, and I will request the payment, and I will make sure, you know, because you agreeing with me first, and then I'm filming and watching what I'm filming and what service the model will provide. Okay. So that's the thing. And if you have not agreed to come twice, you will come once. Fair? Fair. You paid for once. Okay? That's how it is, right? Process and shooting. Process and shooting is another question that adults very much ask about. Okay? Process is this. And adults do not know. But the guys, when they're booking a model want to be for the best. Look the best, right? So they arrive earlier to the studio, they do a makeover, they do makeup, they do hair, they choose the outfits, they prepare different outfits variations. I always have this. That is why I am having a deposit. You know how many times people would freak out and cancel? Then the model is already here. They were like, oh, we want to cancel the shoot or we want to move the shoot. That's fine. We're keeping a deposit. Okay, you can cancel. Simple as that, right? So the models, guys, you know, do not have that much preparation time. They in generally are fit and masculine and how to say, and good looking men, and women usually would have a preparation before the shoot. So she would arrive and you would be like, wow, that's the model, right? Okay, so that's the thing. Then, you know, I would have a certain time booked and you would meet a model. I would introduce you with the model and we start from portraits. Okay, we start from portrait. The model will be around you, maybe dancing with you, right? Maybe dancing for you. Okay, somehow to warm up, maybe just, you know, hugging you and just laughing and just telling you some kind of a stories, whatever. Doesn't matter how we will start, but it will be always introduction. Okay, we're not gonna start, you know, pans off and penetration straight away. No, you will have the whole experience. Okay, slowly, in your pace, you know, you will have different kind of shoots. At the beginning, I would always use photography. Okay, photography, because energy is not there, there is nothing to film. Okay, I'm filming when I had this impulse, okay, that this is starting, that this is going on, because when it's going on and it's starting, the energy escalates. It happens everything very quickly. Okay, so Usually the process is this. I'm starting from the stiff and cold portraits. Then the model warm up the client, right? If you are shooting a couple's photo shoot, I will slightly talk about this later. Now it's just, when the guy hiring a female model or the woman is hiring a male model. It's going to be like a dating situation, right? Then it will progress into a couple's intimacy scenes, right? When you are very close, when you're getting closer and closer, then she's undressing you, you undressing her, and the things escalate. You would get turned on, she would get aroused, and that's a natural reaction. Okay, natural reaction. What is the difference when you're hiring a model? They are open-minded. Okay, they can get turned on from you. Doesn't matter how you look. Okay, they are getting turned on from the idea that they're getting this money and you are paying this money. They already want you. Okay, that is their job. The better they just a second, I need to verify this. Oh my gosh, it's again 1 hour. I need to finish. So what I'm saying, how the adult models gets turned on. The better you pay, the more they are interested in you. Okay, because they're exchanging their body, the better they make this exchange. That is a certain personality type. The better exchange rate is, the more likability you will get from the model. That's why I always recommend for the guys to bring tips, okay, to warm up the model, to give 50 pounds straight away. I meet her, you're very nice and so on, and just put the money there. I need to teach them. They don't know this. They don't know how to warm up the adult model, so they need this advice. Okay, what happens when the woman booking a male photo shoot? The woman wants just one thing. Okay, they want that the guy really will be into them, really excited about them, very turned on about them, which males usually are when they're working in this field. Okay, they also turn on by the money, but their preference maybe is how the client looks. It is important for them. It is seriously important. They would always ask, who is the client? Have you seen her? This and that. Na, 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 na. Okay, asking me stuff about the client. So men are very much interested in who they're shooting with. Okay, that's the thing. And it proves a very simple, maybe biological fact. It was before they were thinking that they would have this baculus bone, and that they could have connection with the woman regardless of how to say, sympathetic or not sympathetic. She is cute, I like her, and so on. But actually men, don't have this bone now, right? And they cannot have intimacy with just anyone. They do have to have attraction. Okay, they do have to have attraction, and I understand this. That is why they cannot cheat with anyone, with everyone, right? They choosing the woman who is matching their attraction, matching their type. Okay, so that's why the look is important, right? Talking about the process, and that is introduction, that is the starting of the photo shoot, warming up photo shoot, and every scene will go into intimate mode. It has to be finished with something. Okay, I'm not just shooting, and just shooting and they're doing it. No, they have to do certain things. Okay, so this scene finishes this way. You're removing that from him nicely, right? The shirt, for example. And this scene, you are taking her dress. And then this scene is finishing up with the blow scene. And this scene is going, you taking her, for example, there, or you going to the bedroom setting, or you doing this. Every scene finishes with the intimate scenario. Okay, and that's where I have this excessive file to look at, right? And every situation and every person is different, right? So that is the process. We are getting escalated, then I go to the camera mode, okay, which is a filming camera. Okay, I shoot with Sony. And then we shoot a lot of video. And from that, I am extracting movie stills. Because when it is escalated and make love scenes are quite intense, right? So I do not have time to just quickly juggle between my Canon and my Sony. I just stay in there and then I extract movie stills from there if we need it. Because it's a totally different material when the energy is there. When people are starting, they posing. Okay, they posing. Is that the energy is not there? They just posing, and majority of the photographers just reach that point when people are posing and maybe somehow bringing that energy up. But not everyone can go through the process when there is a banging on situation, when there are noises, when there are smells, when there is everything. Not every photographer is capable mentally, you see, to do this. I am capable mentally to do this because I think because I spend a lot of time with dead people, cutting them. I have a medical background, and a few years I spent in the first few years I spent in a prosectorium with a scalpel opening dead bodies. And I think after that, you can do anything. You just like relax. This is so smelly in there. You cannot imagine how smelly it is in that auditorium where there are a lot of dead people. So it's very smelly in there. So that's one thing. And then I went into adult business. In adult business, I did a watching service. You know what is watching service? I had clients who had a fantasy that someone would come and watch while they are making love with the having a service with the escort. Okay, and so I did that. And the watching service is very straightforward. It's just 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and I'll just get all the money. So that's the watching service, okay? So I'm very flexible and I'm very, how to say, tuned into this, and people feel that energy, feel that energy. Adults are very much concerned and, they don't want anyone watching them, okay? But through that time and through that experience that I went through, I don't have this energy that they sense that I'm like watching them or I'm surprised about them. I don't really care. I'm just doing my job as an artist. And that's what they see, that I'm occupied and busy. I don't care, is he big or is he hairy or is he small or, he's performing or not performing. I'm just doing my job, okay? And my job is to create great content, amazing, hot, sexy, that it will turn on everyone, including me, okay? If I'm seeing this is really hot, we're on the right track. Right? If it's not hot, I'm changing, escalating, stimulate. So giving different tasks so that the person would relax, because very often people are so much blocked that they cannot relax for a few hours, okay, and just be themselves, naturally feeling the energy inside them, right? So when it's finished, when it's over, there is sometimes it happens that the guys are so blocked that they cannot finish, right? It happens that the woman cannot finish. It happens, but most of the time, everything happens by the plan, okay? By the plan. And so everyone goes home and I'm going into post-production mode, okay? That is the process, okay? Post-production mode and editing mode is a handmade and time-consuming. It's just because I don't shoot a preset setting. When you're shooting this type of material, I constantly change the settings, constantly change the places, constantly change the lighting, constantly change, okay? So I can't just put the file into the program that I use, right? And it will just edit. Every setting is different. I reset it. The way I work, it's unexplainable because I don't look at the settings. I don't do any of that. I don't do people. You see, when the professional photographers working with the clients, they are prepared. They have certain settings that they use, certain poses that are successful, and they try with everyone, right? This is nothing like that. You know, I create art. I specifically do with every person a different thing so that I would have a different artwork. Okay. And when I do this artwork, I lose myself. Sometimes I don't remember what I shoot. Okay, seriously, I had the whole shoot. I don't remember. I was somewhere. Okay, I'm running a lot. I'm changing a lot. I'm in my zone, and it is for me important. And I'm not scared to make a lot of error, because when you experiment, you are supposed to do a lot of error, and during that error, of course, we create a lot of magic as well. Okay, but the process with the person is very intimate, and it's very straightforward. I'm very close. When I'm shooting intimacy, I'm wearing close-ups. Okay, using close-ups, right? Because that's what the guys would want. Very close information. It's like, now I'm very close to you, you know? It's not like this. It's like that. Okay, I'm very close, so that you would understand. Okay, processing of editing takes time, depending on the package, depending what they want, how many pictures, how many videos, and so on. Usually I provide the whole highlight situation so that they will track and see what the progress was made, how much of the content we created, what kind of the content. And like I say, when you go through your files gallery, it will be light, dark, red, blue, whatever lighting I'm using, doesn't matter. It's going to be all different, right? Now I will speak about the privacy very quickly. The privacy, okay, models want to keep their privacy. Okay, seriously. This is something what is important on this topic. I know that the clients are care about the privacy, but today we're talking about photo shoots with models. Models care about their privacy. Most of the models, before they even were paranoid about their privacy, they would not go without the masks and without the coverings. And I learned to shoot. You see, when you're shooting a close-up scene, right? When the girl is sitting on the guy, right? I'm not shooting her face. I'm very close shooting the content, what is happening, right? So I learned to shoot it in the way that the privacy is, how to say, there, right? And when I have distance shots, I taught my models to actually pose in a way, use their hair or turn around or hug. If you're very close to someone, okay, who I can hug. I can hug them. If you are very close, it doesn't really seen, you know, you kissing someone, you into someone's face, you know, it's you hiding yourself in a way, right? So I always teach my models to be clingy to the client so that they would not be seen, right? That's one thing. The other thing, of course, we can wear something. There are guys who want to wear something. There are girls who want to wear something, and the privacy is very much important. Very often clients would ask to share their numbers. Okay, I'm not sharing any numbers, any names, any addresses. If I'm sending a health check test, I would remove the name, would identify the model so that they cannot track him or her. Okay, so I know about the privacy. Okay, there are people who are very interested in the way I work because I create art. Okay, under a law of the artist, all the artwork belongs to me. Okay, if they want a discrete photo shoot, it's not disclosure, it's no disclosure agreement form must be filled and signed, and that will be an extra fee because you will be tapping into a copyright, right? So you will be the owner of my artwork. Okay, when I say this my artwork, that's what I'm saying, that I create every time a different artwork with different people because they all have different energy and they affect me in a different way, right? When I'm talking about artwork, you know that all the songs, that all the paintings, that all the poems have an author, right? Photography as well. Unless you are this type of photographer who is just have a setting and shooting everyone in the same light, in the same mode, in the same pose, you know, then, you know, usually they don't care about that, right? But when I put all of me, all my art, all my experience of 20 years and knowledge, I care about my art a lot. So my policy is that we share a copyrights. Okay, we share a copyrights. I give you all the highlights, all the artwork, you do whatever you want. I have a promise to my clients that I do not disclose their identity. In general, I don't care about their faces when I shoot erotica. Okay, I care about their body and how connection is on the intimacy level, right? How is that look? So usually, if I need or use the files, it's gonna be cropped. Otherwise, privacy they can get, like I say, exclude premium sessions when we sign the form, and then they buy artwork, right? Buy artwork, and they become the owners, right? The owners. Okay, I have talked about services and I haven't talked about packages, but packages are standard and premium. Okay, you can shoot standard shoot with a model, right? Or you can have a premium shoot if you have seriously have fetish, BDSM fantasies, if you have a lot of extra services that do not include in a very standard basic package, okay, that's your premium session. If you have, you know, different requests like something what is not, but you see when people, and that's something last thing what I want to say, when they are hiring a studio and the model and the service, even if they have this request, they think that they are normal and they would look at the standard package, you know, humiliation, fetish, BDCM, okay, anything what is forced, okay, bondage, whatever, it's not standard, okay, but somehow they think it's okay for me to watch it, like I would watch it for free, you know, that's what they think. No, 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 and no, and no. You're going to pay for this. Otherwise, you need to make yourself. You know, make it yourself. You know, and that's it. So that's how I would say. Right. There is some messages maybe here. I am from Alabama. There is a song about Alabama. Nice. It was nice chatting. Today I had a topic. You were all listening very carefully. Thank you so much. I want to book you now. There is no other questions. Right. I'm finishing my life. It's been already. I'm not inviting anyone. It's the end of my life. Thank you so much for being. Thank you so much for watching. And I see you next time. Maybe I will speak about maternity shoots next time, because maternity shoot is also a topic that can be intimate and very, how to say, very much connecting the couple before the baby. You know that the baby arrives and then the focus all on the baby, and then couple get confused and lost. So before the baby arrives, they can create a great intimate session photography or videos. It's also an event when, you know, there are certain pregnancies in life. You're not going to be pregnant all the time and every day. So that's something what they celebrate as a special event. And of course, I am doing it in a boudoir style. Okay, I'm doing it in very intimate style. I'm doing the style that it is, how to say, no limit style, you know? Style without no limit. Okay, thank you so much for watching. And I see you next time. Love you, kiss you, mean it. Bye. Ask the question. If you have a question, you will leave a question, I would answer it. Okay, via live or something. And today's topic was photo shoots with models, right? Photo shoots with models. Thank you so much and bye.